Fig Fam? Doing a new segment here today on the Fig Heel YouTube channel. We're going to do a little magazine madness. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you know that I've been organizing my magazine collection, and some of them are just really cool, really nostalgic. So I figured, why not review a magazine? We'll go through it. We'll see what's in there, look at the pictures, and maybe it'll inspire you to start a WWF magazine collection. So I figured we would start. Now, some of these are not in perfect condition. These are from my childhood. It's not what I'm worried about. I like these because of the nostalgia of them, of looking at them and seeing the pictures, and it just brings you back. I don't care about the condition of these magazines. If they're missing something, that bothers me. If they're missing the cover, that bothers me, and I'm planning to replace a couple that are like that. But we're going to review WWF Magazine, October 1997 issue. On the cover, we have Dude Love. It says, "Ow, have mercy. The hippest cat in the land, Dude Love, struts into the Federation." And it says, "The rise and fall of Shawn Michaels." A very, very plain cover. Very colorful. It's cool that it's got the reflection of the Raw's War ring in his glasses. Nice touch. It leaves a lot to the imagination. Just says that there's something about Dude Love, there's something about Shawn Michaels. What it is, we don't know. So we will go through this now. See, loose page right here. Now, one of my favorite things, believe it or not, about these magazines is the advertisements. It's funny because when we read magazines, a lot of times people complain like, oh, it's 90% advertisements. But looking back, like, it's so cool to see the merchandise and the offers and the videos and everything they had to offer. So here we have the 97 King of the Ring, WrestleFest 97. They were, oh my God, King of the Ring for the VHS was $39.95. WrestleFest 97 was $39.95. Coliseum videos were very expensive. And that doesn't include shipping. Shipping is $5. So you're spending $45 on a VHS. That's insane. Especially when you consider that we can get WWE DVDs now with special features and don't have to rewind them. And they take up less space for like $5 to $10, depending on where you go. And it's even crazier to think that you can get the WWE Network for $9.99 a month, and it doesn't take up any space. But I digress. Very cool to see that. This is when Taker was painting his face pale. We got the Superstar line, got the WWF on America Online. I think this is a centerpiece, actually, of the magazine. Yes, this goes in the center. So we'll get to that in a second. Here's a table of contents. Now, WWF Magazine blurred out a lot. That's what Raw Magazine was good for. It didn't blur out certain things. So this blurred out him giving Owen the middle finger. Vince Russo, editor-in-chief. Guess that's Superstar. Says, over 1 billion people living in a country with the same name. Can't be wrong. This one's... It's China. I think that's China. Now, guys, I'm reading this upside down, so it might take me a second. So here's like the talking the talk. I think this was with the editor or whatever. No, this was Vic Venom. This was Vic Venom's fight. So this is about O Canada. Here's a little piece on the Truth Commission. It's Kurgan. Recon. I think it was Sniper. Subscribe now for over half off. So let's see how much it was to subscribe to the magazine. For 12 issues, it was $19.97. For 24 issues, it was $35. Guess that's not too bad. Brett with the Canadian flag. I like the old WWF magazine because it had a nice, it was very like kid friendly. It had a lot of different features that like kids would be interested in, small little articles. Here's some with the Patriot. Here's a little piece on the British Bulldog. It's a little interview with him. Bulldog was jacked, man. If you look closely on some of his pictures, though, you could see his stretch marks. He was a known user of anabolics, but that's a big key factor. Jersey Boys, the Headbangers. I was a big Headbanger fan solely because I lived in New Jersey and they lived very close. In fact, I ran into Mosh as a kid probably 5 or 6 times at Toys R Us. I have his autograph more than anybody else because every time I would see him, I'd get an autograph, to the point that he started to recognize my dad and knew him. Would see Glenn actually at KB Toys, believe it or not, in the mall across the street from Toys R Us. He would always buy video games, as would he. But sometimes I would see him looking at the figures. I remember one time I asked him, I was like, what is it like to have a toy of yourself? And he was like, it's mind-boggling. Always loved the Headbangers, really good dudes. There's Entering the Zone with Ken Shamrock. One thing I always thought was funny is like I always thought some of these pages look so unprofessional to the point that it looks good. It's a good gimmick. The DOA, Crush, Chains, 8-Ball Skull. I always liked the DOA. I thought they were a cool little faction, stable, whatever you want to call them. Shotgun Saturday Night. Believe it or not, I've never seen an episode of Shotgun Saturday Night. And I always thought it was a cool concept, but I never like knew what channel it was on, and I never knew how to find it. HBK with the title. I think this actually goes right here. There it is. Back online, and it always came with a calendar, and it would have like the superstars' birthdays, which I always liked. So it says Marlena, Philip LaFon, Jim Cornette. Brawl Magazine. We'll get into them one day. The classic War Tony outfit on Jim Ross here. Very cool picture of Mick. This is an iconic Dude Love picture right there. Him with the titles with Steve Austin. There's an article on Too Sexy Brian Christopher. Who'd have thought? R.I.P. Brian Christopher. This is the Canadian Stampede results. At the end of the magazine, it always has the results of the last pay-per-view with pictures. Los Boricuas. Austin in a Jeep. Here we go. There's some superstars playing basketball. We got Mosh, Billy Gunn. Is that Bart Gunn, I think? I'm upside down. It's hard to tell. Got Midian, Gold Dust. Very cool. In the back, there's always like questions and stuff that were answered by the superstars, which was probably one of my favorite parts. And here is the Bad Blood advertisement, one of my favorites, where the Undertaker's holding his own head. Oh, it says free stuff. What does it say? Sorry. To receive a Mankind pin and notepad. And back, an advertisement for Raw. I feel like this was the back of every WWF magazine. So I hope you guys really like this. I just wanted to go through and just show you the pictures so you can check out the magazine itself. If you like this video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Instagram @FigHeel and @Unreleased Wrestling Figs. And keep coming back for more. Have a good one, guys. Peace. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow me on Instagram @FigHeel or @Unreleased Wrestling Figs. And also check out Amazon.com for my new book, The Unreleased Wrestling Figures Coloring Book Volume 1, for $9.99, including Prime shipping.